This is a Fleetwood Meridien. Just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. In front of the van, you've got the two gas bottle tie downs in the front locker where you can carry a maximum of two 6 kilogram propane gas bottles. On the bulkhead of the van, you have the gas regulator where if you need the pipe work, we have it available here on site should you need it. £15 a pipe. Like I said, two maximum 2 kilogram, two 6 kilogram propane gas bottles at any point on board the van. You've also then got your leg winder and your spare wheel in the front locker also. Coming down the off side of the caravan, you've got your battery locker at the front with your battery in there, ready to go, and your mains power lead coming into the side of the van. The mains power lead connects to the power on site. You connect it to the caravan and to the post on site, then turn the power on. Below that, you've got the leg winder. Nut anyway, and you wind the legs down so they touch the floor. You'd never lift the caravan with the legs, that could potentially damage the floor of the caravan. There's one of these on either side at the front of the van. Coming down the side of the caravan, you've got your toilet flush tank, or toilet flush tank up on top here, sorry. Open it up with a key and you put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. At the bottom, you've got your toilet waste cassette, which you release by pulling up the orange handle and pull the cassette towards you. The orange neck here turns out 90 degrees so you can tip the waste away. The grey cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. And on the back of the cassette, you've got your orange pressure relief button, so when you're tipping the waste away, it doesn't spit and splatter back at you. You need to put 1 litre of water in there and a cap full of the blue fluid prior to use. Coming down the back of the van, you've got the water pump connection, which pulls out the side of the van, as you can see here. It pushes into place, it'll only go in one way round, and then you can lock it in place with the cap on top here. The water pump needs to be completely submerged in water every time you go to use it. Now I'll show you how to fill the water system once we go inside the caravan. At the back of the van here, you have your heating and hot water flue. You need to remove this cover prior to use, so it allows the heating system to breathe. You need to make sure you remove that every time. Coming to the back of the van, either side at the back, you have the wind down legs to stabilise the van. Same as in the front, you don't lift the van with these, it potentially damage the floor of the van. Coming down the door side of the caravan, behind the door you have the two fridge vents. Two fridge vents are very simply there to allow the fridge system to breathe. You don't ever cover these up at all with the fridges in use. On the right hand side of the top one here, you'll actually see there's a gas flue as well from the fridge is running on gas. Coming down the side of the caravan, you've got your storage locker for underneath the front seating area and your barbecue gas point, and just so you can see the fourth wind down leg on this side. We'll go on to the inside of the caravan now and demonstrate how the inside works. First thing you need to do when you come into the caravan is come over to the main control panel, and on the wall here you'll see your main power switch. You need to have this switch on for all of the power to come on inside the caravan. Next to that you have your exterior light for the outside of the caravan. And that will operate the warning light on the outside of the van. Sorry, that's your water pump switch, sorry. Exterior light is actually on the other side of the van just here. Sorry, that's your water pump run. I'll come back to this in a moment. So the first thing you need to do is fill the water system up when you come into the caravan. So you're going to come underneath the bed at the rear of the caravan. And in the back of the van, you will find a yellow valve. That yellow valve that you see on the floor, just there, needs to be parallel with the floor for you to fill the water system up. If it's upright and pointing towards the bottom of the seat, it will drain all of the water out of the system onto the floor underneath the caravan. So flat with the floor to fill the van up. Once that valve's flat with the floor, you come to all the taps on board the caravan, open them all up on the hot side of the water system. Pinch that out and we'll run the water system ready. And all the taps up on the hot side of the water system. There's actually 2 taps in the kitchen and the one on the shower. You then come to the control panel on the opposite side of the van and turn the water pump on. Once the water system is completely full, you'll have water running out of every tap continuously on board the caravan. Now in a moment, once it builds some pressure back up, we'll have just that. This is how it's going to look to start with when the water system starts filling. It's going to spit and splatter for a few moments, and then it will start running continuously out of every tap. Once you have water running continuously out of every tap, you'll shut all of the taps back off, and at that point you can start thinking about warming the water on board the van. So on the side of the bed down here, you'll actually see there's 2 switches. The top one that is currently red is your electric water heating. So that will allow the water system to warm up on the mains powered electric. Below that, you've got a dial here that allows you to operate the water heating on gas. You'll spin the outer dial round to the flame symbol, and you can control the water temperature on this dial in the centre. The green light here actually indicates it has ignited on gas if it stays lit on its own. However, in a moment, we're going to have a red light up here because we've got no gas bottle on board the van. That red light that you can just see it's just come on is the failed to ignite light. So essentially, if the gas was on, it would ignite and go green. You do need to make sure you have that cover off on the outside of the van. You would need to use the gas water heating to boost the water system whilst you're showering on board the van. You can control the water temperature on this dial here, and the number that is above the green light is the temperature the water heater is warming up to. You can also operate down the other end of the van. You've got two other dials which allow you to control the heating on board the van, as in the actual room heating with this heater down here. On the wall just here, you'll see this electric power switch. You need to have this on for the mains heating to work, and then you've got 500, 1000 or 2000 watts down the side of it. You'll need to select the correct power supply that you have available on the site you're going to for your holiday. On the dial, then you control the temperature of the heater on this dial in the centre between 1 and 9. The higher you go with this dial, the hotter the heater will be. Turn the heater back off, you spin it back to the off position in the centre, and that is to get the electric heating isolated. You can also run gas heating on board the caravan. So with the dial that you see just down here on top of the heater, you'll spin it round between 10 and 9, hold down the gas valve, and when it ignites on gas, you'll have a pilot light in this window just down the front of the heater. Once it has ignited, you'll continue to hold down the gas valve for a further 5 to 10 seconds, then slowly release the valve, and you'll be able to control the temperature of the heater on gas on the dial on top. Set it back to the 0 position to turn the gas back off. Now on this caravan, you have blown air heating and standard heating where it comes out the front of the heater here. So the dot just here on this dial indicates the heat's going to come out the front. The wave symbol on the left hand side indicates continuous blown air, and you'll be able to control the fan speed with this dial on top on the left hand side. The A on the right hand side is your automatic blown air, so it will cut in and out with the thermostat on board the caravan. Again, you can control the fan speed with the dial on top. However, when you got it on A, it will cut in and out with that thermostat. We're going to go over to the fridge now. The fridge is very simple to use. You've got the power button on this left hand side here, which you press and hold, and the fridge will come on. So at the moment, as you can see, it's trying to ignite on gas. Now in a moment, when it fails to ignite, it's going to put the red light on here, and it's going to flash the green dot just here also. If it stays ignited, the green light here will be your pilot light. You can change the power supply you want to use by pressing the mode button here. And again then, you've got the 12 volt mode. 12 volt mode at the moment won't currently work as we're not connected to the car. When you have the correct power, or if you have the correct connection on the back of your car, the fridge will work as a call box as you're travelling down the road. Press the button again, and you go to mains power. Now you can control the temperature of the fridge on this button on the right hand side, and the more amount of bars you have lit up, or dots you have lit up, the colder the fridge will be. Turn the fridge off, you press and hold the power button, and it will isolate the power to the fridge again. Microwave, hob, grill and oven, all very much like your household appliances, no difference at all there. You would need to make sure the gas is turned on for the hob, grill and oven to work. The same as if you're trying to ignite the fridge on gas. The bed at the front, to operate the bed at the front, you pull out this rail at the bottom here, all the way out, and you'll notice there's a little tab here at the end. So this larger section here drops down into this area here, where you've got the tab just here, and that'll be the bed set up. You'll then use the cushions from either side to make up the main bed in the middle of the van. We do advise when you're using the bed to make sure these hump sections here are turned to the outside, so they're not underneath the base of your back. The last thing we're going to go through on this particular caravan is the toilet system in the bathroom. So in the bathroom, you have the electric flush of the toilet to flush the toilet itself. You have a toilet full indicator light, which illuminates red when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself also turns for your convenience, as you can see here. However, when you're removing the toilet waste cassette from underneath the caravan, it does need to be in the straight on position. That is also the same for the toilet waste flap below the toilet here. If you're removing that cassette, it needs to be in the central position, and if you're using the toilet, it needs to be pushed open into this position on the right hand side. So that is the Fleetwood Meridien. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business, and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon when you collect the caravan. Thanks again. Bye bye.